Hi everyone, I am Suzanne Brinker. I'm the lead strategist here at Viv Higher Education. We're a full service marketing agency for colleges and universities. And today I want to come on and talk a little bit about business school websites and best practices for them. Business school websites are really, really important to enrollment generation and enrollment marketing. I think even more important than liberal arts schools or other colleges across the higher ed space, because business school prospective students have really high expectations for their experience, and also there's a lot of competition for business school students. And so what I want to do is just talk briefly about some of the best practices for the homepage, as well as some cool features that I've seen across the industry to maybe spark some ideas for you. Starting with the Wharton School of Business. Now, of course, right now you're going to see a lot of COVID-19 related messaging. It is the end of June of 2020, so that's still very much relevant, but we're going to disregard that just for this exercise, because I think we'll get a lot of legs out of this video in terms of time. So Wharton does a good job with these sort of punchy icons here to call out some of the focus areas that they want their prospects' attention on. I also really like that they use authentic images. They don't use stock images on their homepage to accompany the different programs that you can view on their website. They also showcase diversity in those images, and they showcase collaboration, which are two of their key value propositions and probably should be yours if you're in charge of business school marketing. They have a section here that shows really strong numbers. Now, Wharton might be so well known and so prestigious that they don't need to boast about their rankings. Usually you might want to throw in, that you're top ranked if you are, but they instead choose to focus on the numbers of their faculty, students, and research centers, as well as alumni. Then they focus on their impact through some featured news, which is really cool. So they can show graduates and current students doing really important work in the world. And then they focus on their locations. They actually, in addition to their Philadelphia campus, which is the main campus for UPenn, of course, they have locations in San Francisco and Beijing. So 3 things to definitely make sure are represented on the homepage are numbers. If you have strong rankings or career outcomes, such as job placement rates to feature, that would be a good idea. As well as the impact that your graduates and your faculty are having, both in terms of research and in terms of just change and innovation across the world, and then networking and showcasing that students who make the investment in your programs, whether they be full degree programs or executive education or non-credit programs, will end up with a stronger network and, as a result, stronger career opportunities than they have right now. Another homepage example that I liked is Carnegie Mellon University's Tepper School of Business. They do use some stock images here. However, I think the other thing that they did that was maybe better than Wharton was showcasing their rankings here. I thought that was really important. And they also choose to focus on how many startups have come out of their school, which might be really compelling to people. So, if we were to do a competitive analysis, we would probably compare messaging, we would compare images, value propositions, as well as we would look at some ads that your competitors are putting out online so that we can understand how you can differentiate. Some really cool features that I've seen across the space that go beyond just those kind of basic best practices are, for example, Babson's Olin School of Business has a virtual tour. I'm not going to go through that tour because it takes a little while, but it's really, really well done and executed. And the other thing to note here is that they use their virtual tour as a lead magnet. So in addition to capturing prospect and lead information through traditional request information forms or applications, they also require just someone to drop in their email if they choose to view the virtual tour. And that is a way to increase prospects who are not incognito, who basically opt into your nurture stream. So definitely a win-win for Babson. And I think since COVID-19, colleges have been hustling to get virtual tours up on their websites. Babson had it before that, and I think it's one of the best ones that I've seen out there. The Kelley School of Business at Indiana University has a chart that allows you to compare the executive education offerings at their school. And this is pretty straightforward. That they're basically comparing, how long a program takes, how you can complete the program, what the content areas are and what the requirements are, which are really important pieces of information to prospects. And again, surprisingly, you don't see this executed very well across many different schools. And it's something that's pretty low-hanging fruit to definitely put together and also make easy to find for your prospects on your site. It definitely will increase somebody's length of visit if they're really interested. And similarly, the Raymond A. Mason School of Business at William & Mary did this for not their executive education programs, but for their degrees. So here they're comparing, their full-time MBA with the flex MBA, with the executive MBA, which should happen because it's not immediately obvious how those programs are differentiated from each other. And so they really highlight the top criteria that people will be looking at here. How long does it take? Is it residential or online? What are the requirements? What can you expect in terms of how many credits you can earn? How much work experience do you need? How much does it cost, which is really, really critical to people? And what is your class size going to look like? And finally, NYU Stern, another executive education example here, is putting faculty videos on their landing pages for their executive education programs, which I think is maybe that's not low-hanging fruit because it does take a while to script and produce, but it's another great way of keeping people on your site and adding color and giving them a better idea of what they can expect. And it does really matter to prospective students what kind of faculty and who they're going to be interacting with. So you can view those examples for yourselves. I think they're definitely really good ones. There are more out there. If you would like to talk at any point about your institution, generate some ideas, we're always really happy to have no cost, no obligation 30-minute consults. You can book that through our website or by emailing me just at suzanne@bivwebsolutions.com. And you can review our website as well as on LinkedIn. We put out a lot of content to spark ideas this summer of 2020 as people are preparing for a very uncertain fall. We also offer webinars. And again, we're always very interested in doing competitive analyses because they do build really solid foundations for subsequent marketing efforts. With that, I thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day.